Yo, 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 it's Ron from the Six5ive Show. And this week, the first time I heard of our next guest, it was a while ago actually. I think at least a year and a half ago. Seen him on the gram, seen him doing his thing, multi-talented, multifaceted. And the first time I met him a few months ago, back in August, we was at Oaks Stop, same place, same time, doing different things, but we met through a mutual connection. Shout out to Isn't She Lovey, amazing artist herself. But the first time we met, I was like, I know this dude from somewhere. I was walking around the venue. I kept looking. I was like, I know him from somewhere. I don't know where I know him from. And then I realized who it was, and I was like, oh, this is Derrick. This is Derrick. This is Derrick. And then throughout the night, I was telling Danny because we were there with Danny and Cole. I was like, I think I know who this is. I think I know who this is. And then we met later that night. Lovey popped up and she was like, "Oh, do you guys know Derrick? He was here the whole time too." And I was like, "See, I knew you were here. I knew of you, but it's good for me to meet you." So, Derrick, what's happening, my guy? How you living?
Man, man, I'm cooling, man. Chilling like a villain, man. I can't complain.
Yep,
With yourself?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm a lot better now that I got this behind the tints. Talk to me a little bit about that. How'd that come up?
Man, behind the tents. Shout out to AO Rodney's, man. You went crazy on the beat. But I was testing out BandLab. It been about I had started using BandLab around like January ish. So I was just scrolling through I was just scrolling through YouTube and I found this beat. I was like, hey yo, I'm rocking with this. This is a little bit tough. I the show can swing on this one, man. And I just started going through the harmonies on BandLab, and I was like, you know what? I can. I was wearing some shades at the time too, because I was going through a mean hangover,
Okay.
and I also like glanced at my window tint box, and I was
Mm,
like, ooh, double entendres,
mm.
man, behind the tents. So yeah,
Okay,
yeah, man.
you got a little bit of triple entendre too with the top-notch tint installations too. I see you charged a sale. You got a sale going on. You got the
Yeah.
window tints, you got the actual tints, and then you got, you tinting. So what's going on
It,
there? Is that intentional?
uh, it really wasn't neither,
Okay.
but it just all fell into place. I was like, you know what? I could easily promote my music and my work, my temp work. So it was like, okay, it makes my job a little bit more easier and a little bit more like prideful because it's like, dang, this is a dope fucking song, and it's about tits.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and it could also like be mean. Like my homegirl, she also has a makeup line too. So, and like I just got done talking to her on Facetime with her. Next thing you know, here comes some makeup tints just
Mm.
pop up. Shout out to Brianna Lyric. So Lyric Cosmetics, her shit, what's the name? Her shit dope as fuck for all the women and shit. So as soon as I seen that, the makeup tints, liner around their
Uh-huh.
lips and everything with the gloss, I'm like, oh, facts. I like that. I like
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
I'll incorporate that.
You got almost a theme song for like three different businesses going on here.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody got to eat.
Everybody gotta eat. Everybody gotta eat. And we were talking a little bit before, and you're from Atlanta. You moved here a little bit, right? A week, I think you said, right before COVID started and
Yes.
lockdown started here in the Bay Area. But um, I imagine you performed a little bit out in Atlanta too. Um, you want to tell me kind of like the difference it is from the Bay to the ATL?
Uh, I honestly, I wasn't performing as much as I am out here.
Mm.
Like I was getting shows here and there out
Hmm.
there back home. But out here is more so like I'm getting them every month.
Consistently,
Like
yeah.
yeah, consistently back to back to back, damn near every week or so. So the culture is the same though.
Mm.
From the black culture, the food culture, everything is the same. Like I can go down to the town
Hmm.
right now. It's where I live, so it's like I got to stay where I feel the most at home at. So it feels exactly like Atlanta from the old schools on Sundays. You got the soul food spots, even though they ain't like. I'm sorry, they ain't like Atlanta's,
Hey, it's no
but
disrespect. It's no disrespect. From the
you know what I'm
culture, from the
saying.
soil.
And you know what I'm saying? Like it's still that energy. It's still that type of vibe. It's still that essence. So being a black man coming out here to where there's more of a melting pot of everything,
Mhm,
and still being able to go to and live in a city that's across the country,
mhm,
but has the same essence of back home. Like everybody out here that came from Southern roots. So
mhm.
it's like, dang, I feel like I know you. Like, I feel like I've been to you. Like, the only
Yeah.
difference is she ain't got no country accent. So everybody out here got harsh R's and everything. Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, get in the car, homie. On Cetus. Hella.
Did you notice that though? Like being from Atlanta, like there's definitely like a California accent because I've stayed in California my whole life. Like, so when someone says California accent, I look at them crazy. I'm like, there ain't no such thing as a California accent.
Hell yeah. A bunch of my homies from back home when we was growing up as kids, like
Uh,
they came from California. So it was like they teach me a lot more of their culture without me actually having to come out here. So I was a little bit more prepared because like, okay, cool. I know what to say. I know what
mm,
not to say. I know how to say it and everything else. So like, okay, cool. So that I shout out to those guys, man. I love y'all boys.
yeah, you got a little bit of the lingo. We we give a lot of respect out here to like E40 Too Short, like the older generation of like rap legends, and E40 is always on
Yeah.
the record of like, "Oh, I started all these things that the rappers are saying now, like
Yeah.
all this lingo that the rappers are saying now." And I just want to know how far of that, like through your homies in California, or maybe just even through, you know, just living in Atlanta, like some of that stuff just came up. Like, oh, I know this is from E40 or Too Short, or I know this is from California or the Bay. Did any of that ever happen?
I'd say a little bit
Mhm.
just from hella. Like I had a bunch of Latino homies too, Latino
Mhm.
partners, but they weren't from California.
Mm.
So it was like growing up around a bunch of them. It was like they say hella a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm like, where the fuck? What the fuck is hella? Where the fuck did you get hella from? And then coming out here, understanding and finding out that this is the base of where everybody
Mhm.
say hella. Like, oh yeah, we got hella of this. Yeah, we got hella of that. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's hella good. Like, what? Like, damn, I feel like I'm back home slick too again. I'm like, damn.
Nah, that's fire because you never know how far things actually, like, travel. You really don't.
Yeah, and even plug too.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, damn. I watched the clip yesterday. I'm like, damn, I ain't even know plug was a Bay Area thing. I'm like, oh shit,
Yeah.
facts.
Yeah. We trademark a lot of that, and then it gets used around and it gets mainstream in other places, like Bay Area music. I don't know how
Yeah.
mainstream it gets in, like, throughout other parts of the country. Like, you say, oh, like, LA plays a lot of Bay music. Bay plays a little bit of LA music too, but I don't know if they're playing Bay music in Atlanta, or I don't know if they're playing it in Miami, or they're playing it in New York, but we're playing their stuff here.
I think they aren't per se playing Bay Area music. Just they're just playing the stuff that was inspired for
Mm,
solely by the Bay Area. So
mm.
like they'll probably play some Saweetie and some Mozzie maybe,
Uh-huh.
like and maybe some G Easy
Oh,
maybe, but
yeah.
yeah, I can't really. Most definitely some Kaylani for
Okay.
sure.
Shout out to
Yeah,
Kehlani.
yeah. Yeah, other than that, I don't really think they playing any other Bay Area artists for real heavy out in Atlanta. Out in Atlanta is really like the majority of it they playing East Coast. If it ain't no old school West Coast
Mhm.
like Crunk era,
Okay.
they nah.
Then, like, Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg, or
Yeah,
yeah.
maybe some
Maybe.
Dr. Dre, maybe some
Okay,
Snoop.
so Super Crunk.
They,
Okay, okay.
yeah, they for sure playing some what's name. They for sure playing some Lil Jon for sure.
Okay. Shout out to Lil Jon. No,
For
shout out to Lil
sure.
Jon. You was telling me, or you was in your intro, you were saying that you dance too, right? And when you said that, I thought of a clip from an interview I was watching yesterday with Chris Brown. He had an interview with the dude named Funny Marco, and he was like, he's like, so like when you dance and you're trying to spit, you're trying to pull, right? Like what are you doing to do that? And I thought of it. I was like, huh. And Chris Brown was like, yeah, I don't really do that. That would be weird to like come up to like a shawty in real life and just start dancing how I do in the videos. So I'm gonna ask you, and I'm gonna flip the question back on you, Derek. Is that something like that's in your bag that you can pull out at any given moment?
For me, oh, it probably be in my bag to
Okay.
where I could. Just
Mhm.
depends on the type of woman.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm not gonna be dancing just to, you feel me, just to
Yeah.
stalk the girl.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? But I most definitely, if she like is a, I'll for sure dance with her. I want
Yeah.
for sure dance with her. You know what I'm saying? If she consensually,
Mhm.
if she gives that, okay, yeah, for sure, let's do it. Yeah,
Okay,
go
yeah.
ahead.
Yeah. Because nah, I feel like that's a part of, like, the culture and part of, like, my childhood is, like, I don't understand why he was doing all that then if it's not a real thing, you know? It's not a real thing.
Yeah,
Like, he looked at
but
Freddie
it's
Marco like he was crazy. Uh,
hey, but that's where I have to give it up to actual theater play,
mm,
cause that's all theatrics right there. Like
yeah.
that's real life theater. Like that's amazing too. It ain't too many artists that you can see that can pull some Broadway
Mhm.
type of shit and just sing, dance, and you feel me? Like stop, not stop, but
Yeah.
follow the girl. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So, but that's some real life stage play shit. So
Yeah. Yeah. Kinda back to the music, your song "Behind the Tints," I noticed you dropped a few different versions of it.
yeah.
Usually with a lot of music, we might see one song get dropped on mainstream or DSPs, and then like three get dropped in a different way, right? One might go directly to the DJ, directly to whoever's promoting it. But you're like, nah, I'm getting them all out there all at once for whoever wants to use them. Can you kind of talk to us about the strategy behind that?
Strategy was just different elements to tap into. You know, sometimes people wanna sit there and listen to the original. Sometimes people want the sped up version just to listen to because it's all energy and adrenaline too. And also TikTok, like if whoever feel like they can do something with this to TikTok, all right, here you go. And clean version, of course, for people that need that parental advisory.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? And the slow down the screw version, just cause it's a shout out to Screw.
Mhm.
It's just what's in there? It's a Texas influence. It's just a Southern influence
Yeah.
type of song. So it was only right, honestly.
No.
Just from how I had everything
Yeah.
and listening to, even in the beginning, you could hear the Travis Scott influence. So it's like, all right, let me just go ahead and pay homage to the South. Go ahead and pay homage to Screw because it's only right.
Nah, shout out to Screw. Big ups to Screw. Legend. Legend.
Yeah.
All right. We about to get into some hyper tight. You ready?
All right, let's do it.
All right. So again, if it's hype, I'm gonna ask you some questions. If you think it's hype, that means it's a fad. It's not really cool. Or you're not really rocking with it. You say tight, that means it's dope. It's here to stay, or it's something that's part of the culture and you respect it.
All
All
right,
right. This is hyper tight behind the tints edition, so like a privacy edition. You ready?
all right, let's do it.
All right. Hyper tight BTS style music videos. So music videos where it's just like all BTS.
Oh,
Hyper tight.
we don't get that no more. That's tight.
Yeah. Okay.
We don't really get too much BTS for that's tight.
Okay. I think the last person I saw Drake do it a couple years ago. But yeah, that was dope. That was dope.
Yeah,
What about sunglasses indoors? I know a lot of people don't rock with it. How you feeling? Hyper tight.
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 Yeah, and right now it's a rare occasion because I don't have my shades on indoors. I
Uh.
usually keep them on. Everybody, whenever you see me walking to work, I always make sure I keep my shades on. Even at night, when I'm driving, keep my
Mhm.
shades on.
You just gotta have them on. Keep them on you.
Yeah, bro. You never know what may happen. What flash you might see.
Uh-huh.
I'm cool. My
Okay.
eyes.
Okay. What about co-working spaces? Spaces where you might not get too much privacy because other people are around, but yeah, you just involved in working with other people in the same space, hyper tight.
It's that's tight because you get more of a you get more of an understanding of what else goes on in life.
Mm,
It's just not your world. So you know what I'm saying. Whether that person may need it or you may need it, like it's an exchange of knowledge and information. We always need that as human beings at the end of the day, and we're not supposed to be alone majority of the time neither. So I feel like that's tight. I like that. I like that a lot.
be social creatures for sure, for sure.
Yeah,
Uh,
man.
what about tinted windows in retail stores? Hyper tight. You buying something from a spot with tinted windows on it?
Tight. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm for sure doing it because it's like okay, that means you got some good shit in there if your windows is tinted.
Yeah. They expensive
Um,
too. They
yeah,
expensive.
I'm for
I
sure
know you
copping.
know, yeah, but
Man,
they expensive.
man, whoever put that shit up for sure, you got a cool little check. Yeah,
Uh-huh. For sure. And last but not least, what about VIP sections in clubs? Hyper tight.
hype.
Okay, you not rocking with them?
Nah, I'd rather be. The VIP section is cool and all, but at
Mhm.
the same time, I can't sit in the VIP section. Like I want to go walking around. Like I want to be able to still be in the crowd. Like I
Mhm.
still, every time we get a VIP section, I'm always in and out. Like I'm hopping out. Like
Yep.
I can't do it. I can't sit still neither. So I got to be able to. All right, cool.
Okay,
Let me
yep.
go.
Hit that one too, hit that one too. Nah, for real, for real. I appreciate it.
Exactly.
But this has been another episode of the 6 5 Show. Go grab the art behind the tints. Derrick Nealy. Any closing remarks you got to say to the people?
Hey man, go caught that behind the tents. BDT man. Visuals is coming soon.
Okay.
Project soon. New merchandise soon as well with behind the tents and some other unreleased. So go ahead and cop that. Go ahead and stream it. And we gonna have some more fun, man. It's your guy Derrick Nealy, and we here on the 6 5 Show. Man.
Yeah, we here. This has been an exclusive episode. We got to see Derrick behind his tints. Ain't no sunglasses on today. We signing out, y'all. This peace and love.
I love it.